Okay, so I've been playing DaggerFall a lot, and I've decided to make a little bit of a tutorial on how to start a good character, or how to start a character that plays a certain role, and how to optimize it for that role, and just all that different shit. Okay, so we're gonna get into the different races first. Okay, so first we're gonna start with Argonians. Now, Argonians have a boost to swimming. They can hold their breath faster, and while swimming, they don't use as much or degenerate as much fatigue. So, if you like swimming, then they're good. You can't play Imperial in this game. So we're gonna move on to the next race, which is Khajiit. Khajiits have a plus 30 to climbing checks. If you're gonna climb a lot, then they're good. Wood elves. Wood elves. Let me find them here. Wood elves have bonus damage and chance to hit for archery. Basically, if you're gonna do archery, they're not bad, but you're still better off going for dark elf, because dark elves have the same exact bonus, except it goes for every attack, and it's level 4 instead of 3. Next we have Nords, which are really resistant to frost. Well, not really resistant, just 30% resistant. So if you're, I don't know, if you want to focus on having resistance to frost, then I guess they're good, but I don't know why you would ever do that. Next are the Red Guards. And of course, the Red Guards have the same exact bonus that the Wood Elves have and the Dark Elves have, except it applies to every attack, and it's still worse than the Dark Elves bonus, so it's not, that good. Next we have, oh shit, Red Guard and Hammerfell both have, oh never mind. Here we go, Bredens. Next we have Bredens. I was about to say, game was glitching out a little bit. Bredens are basically the same exact thing as the Nords, except instead of frost, it's magic. So it's a 30% increase in magic resistance. Again, it's not that crazy. High elves are arguably the best race, which have a immunity to paralysis. Wood elves. Let's find the wood elves. Wood elves. We already went over wood elves. They have a bonus to archery. Khajiit was to climbing. And we went over everything. So for the sake of the guide, we're going to go with high elves, since they are essentially, or not guide, tutorial. They are the best race in the entire game, because they are immune to paralysis. Alright, so now we're going to go over this screen here, the stats, and what you might want to choose depending on the type of class you want to play. Now, here we go. Alright, so we're going to start with strength. Strength modifies essentially any melee combat attack. It also modifies your encumbrance, and it also raises your maximum fatigue. That's pretty much it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And it's governed by the skills Axe, Blunt, Climbing, and Jumping. Which honestly make a lot of sense. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm actually recording before I fucking continue. Okay, we're recording, because last time I was recording and it just went out. Anyways, so strength, pretty useful. If you're going to be doing melee, it's also very fucking useful. because, well, it's the only way you're going to be able to do a lot of damage. Next is intelligence. Intelligence just modifies your maximum spell points. That's it. Which is very useful if you're going to be playing something that uses spells. You're going to need a lot of intelligence. Well, not really. You're going to need you don't need a lot of intelligence if you give yourself a special advantage, but we're going to go over that. Intelligence is governed by Centaurian, Daedric, Dragonish, Giantish, Harpy, Impish, Lockpicking, Medical, Nymph, Orcish, and Spriggan. And we're actually going to go into Medical right now. Fuck it. Oops. So the reason Intelligence is good is because it gives you spell points. Medical is good, but it's not like an insanely good stat, but it is good. It is really good, but it's not like destruction or like destruction. That's the only one I can really think of where it's like insanely good. But medical essentially allows you to treat wounds quicker when you rest. So that's a good one to have. Pretty much it doesn't matter what fucking build you're running, you're gonna want to have medical in one of these slots. Alright, next we're going to go to willpower. Now, willpower increases your spell resistance, and it essentially gives you special advantages during character regeneration, apparently, for spell resistances, which is interesting. It gives you a resistance rate of 1 bonus point for every 10 points of willpower. Resistance towards spells, and overall I believe that this is just a resistance towards all spells, not just magic. Doesn't matter what doesn't matter what element it's dealing, you will still have that resistance because it's just towards spells in general. Think about magic as arcane. It's still its own element. So if someone's shooting a fireball at you and you have 100% immunity to magic damage, you're still going to take damage because it's fire damage, it's not magic damage. So think of magic more like an arcane element. So you got basically like arcane, magic, lightning, whatever the fuck you want to call them, frost, all that shit. So think of it that way. Willpower is governed by alteration, destruction, illusion, mysticism, restoration, and thaumaturgy. Now, thaumaturgy is the only one that you really need to fucking care about. And destruction, obviously, but if you put that in primary skills, you don't have to worry about your willpower. You just got to worry about, destruction. It's already going to be doing damage if you put it in primary. So, it's not a big deal. It's whatever. Agility is big. And when I say big, I mean it's fucking big. Alright. Agility, among other factors, modifies hit chance. Without agility, you cannot hit enemies. It is that fucking simple. Now, I'm going to give an example of a character with no agility. Let's find a character. Here we go. This would probably work. Let's make a character real quick and give it as little agility as we can. Let's find trying to find 40. Fuck it, we'll go 52. Let's put the rest into speed. Who gives a shit? Put the rest wherever, because it's just going to be a test. Okay. Very high. I want to show you and give you an example of how much agility actually affects your character. Let's check. I'm recording real quick. I just want to check that real quick. We are indeed recording. Okay. Watch what happens when I go to attack an enemy. Let's equip this. Surprisingly, I hit one. Let's see how many more I hit. Oh, we're missing a lot. We ended up killing it. Now, let me show you what it looks like when you have a lot of agility. Let me pause the recording. Alright, start new game. Honestly, we can choose literally any class. We can choose anything. I'm just going to give an example of what it looks like when you have a lot of agility. That's good, I think. 69. Nah, let's re-roll till we get like... I think this will be amazing. Nope, never mind, it's lower. There we go. Let's try this. Yeah, fuck it. And let's put points into long blade. Or no, for the sake of the example, let's put the 30 and put the rest in destruction. So that it really shows you how good this will run compared to the agility we had before. This is just an example to show you how important agility actually is. So let's equip a weapon. We do have this. We already hit just like that. Just like that, he's dead. We didn't even need to put that many points into, long blade or whatever. It's literally that simple. So if you were playing the game and you are under the impression that the combat is trash because it depends on the roll of a dice, it's not that you're wrong. You're still right. It's just that you built your character completely fucking wrong, and and you need to put points into agility if you're trying to play melee. So now that I've gotten that point across by showing you that no agility, you will never ever fucking hit any hits with melee, and then with agility, you're gonna hit like 99% of your attacks with melee. We can move on to the next fucking, thing. Well, actually, first, before we move on, higher agility also increases your dodge chance, essentially. Not outright, just essentially it does. So just keep that in mind. Not only does it increase your chance to hit, it also increases your dodge chance, essentially. I'm not going to get into the details of what I mean by essentially, though. Just if you want to know what I mean by that, look it up. Alright, endurance. Endurance is really... let me find this here. Endurance modifies the rate of healing per hour of rest, with the modifier increasing with every 10 points of endurance. Interesting. It's whatever. Yeah, you don't really need it. It's kind of just there. It basically just increases your fatigue and increases very small, minuscule things. It's something you don't really need. Personality essentially just allows you to talk to NPCs and how they react to you. Again, all this shit is useless. Mercantile, it is governed by mercantile though. But we're just gonna move on from those. Speed is it's a really fucking good stat because you literally, oh my god. So speed is another one that you want for melee because it literally increases how fast you swing a weapon. And it's governed by dodging and running, which are two things. I don't know why the fuck you wouldn't want them. And it increases your movement speed in general. Now luck is very interesting. It also lowers the chance of enemies hitting you, which is interesting, but I wouldn't really consider it something you need, because that's all it really does. Agility will do that for you. So really the stats you need to focus on. Let's say you want to play a melee character. All you need to focus on is agility, strength, and speed, essentially. Everything else is pretty chill. Now let's say you want to make a spellcaster. You still want to focus on agility and speed because it makes you faster in general. You can just move faster, and agility allows you to dodge better. But you also want to focus on intelligence. Now, the reason you want to focus on intelligence is, remember I said you need spell points, magicka, to fucking hit anything. Intelligence is what is going to give you that. Agility is going to allow you to dodge. Now, if you want to skip out on speed, then you can just go luck. You can go luck, agility, and intelligence, and you'll be a little better for it. But again, like I said, speed is just an all-around good stat for anything. So essentially, the only difference you need to make between melee and spells is melee you would go agility, speed, strength. And in magic, you would go, instead of strength, you would just switch that out with intelligence, and everything else is exactly the same. Still agility and speed. So, for the sake of showing how all this works, let's say you wanted to make a build that uses both melee and magic. Then let's just get rid of some of this. Willpower, we don't need that. It just gives us resistance to spells. Doesn't do anything else. Well, it does little minuscule shit, but it doesn't matter. Endurance, we don't need that much. We can get rid of like 10. So let's get this to 75. Let's get agility to 75. And of course, let's get speed to 75. So we can attack extremely fast. So we need to get 5 points away from one of these. Do it from willpower then. So this is our final output at everything. Now if we wanted to, we could also get strength to 75 because we're doing melee and there we go. No, personality doesn't really help too much, but people won't like you as much, so we'll get rid of a little bit of it. Okay, there. We'll do that. Now this is not a very balanced class because we are making it to tackle both melee and magic. So it's very, just, I don't know how to say it. It's very not balanced in terms of like willpower. Now, like I said, luck, personality, willpower, endurance, those stats are very, I guess, small compared to the rest. They don't do as much. They still matter though. Personality still matters a little bit. It's not a good idea to lower it all the way down, but it isn't a primary stat that you really need to care about unless you're gonna make a build revolving around it completely, which is, in my opinion, would be dumb. But you can do that. Well, it's not dumb, it's just unique, honestly, but it's not viable to be good, to have a character that's good at doing everything. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is add some advantages. Now, if we're doing spells, the first thing you're definitely going to need, there's a lot. You can look around. You can see what you want. They're all very self-explanatory. But the first thing you are really going to need is 3 times int and spell points. So originally, per point in intelligence, you have 0.5 points in your spell points, in your magicka pool. With 3 times, instead of that, now it's 1.5. So it's a lot fucking better. Without this stat in general, without this advantage, you can basically not do any fucking magic build, period. You need this advantage to do any magic build. And it doesn't even matter even if we had 75 and we got rid of this special advantage, you still wouldn't have enough magic points to do even the shittiest spells in the game. I think there's 2 in the game that you could do with just this. Now, as you can see, adding special advantages makes advancing in levels harder to do. But that's why they have edit special disadvantages, because then you can balance that out. But for now, we're just going to add, let me see, we're going to add one more thing. This is another one that is very, very useful, but you don't need it. But it is useful as fuck. And that's pretty much it. Really, those are the only 2 you need. There are some that help. For instance, immunity to disease and immunity to poison. The rest of them are, you don't need the rest, because they're not going to kill you outright. And we already have, since we chose High Elf, and like I said, I recommend High Elf, you already have immunity to paralysis. So the only 2 immunities you really need are immunity to disease and immunity to poison. Now, the reason you want immunity to disease is because disease is just fucking dumb in this game. That's all you need to know. It's overpowered as fuck, and it's retarded. Excuse my French. Anyways, and then the reason you don't want one for poison is because poison, for some reason, is really unbalanced and just overpowered in general. So if an enemy has it, they're going to do a lot of damage. So now all you really need to make sure you do is make sure that this dagger here isn't above this. If it's in the red, you need to reevaluate your build, or you need to reevaluate your special advantages of how many hit points you put. Now this max hit points per level doesn't affect, the amount of hit points you take off of an enemy when you attack. It affects how many hit points you have, how much health you have in total. So we're gonna add 1 disadvantage, just 1 though. We'll do that. Now we'll add 2, fuck it. Just to make it a little bit easier. Again, like I said, see, so you can see a little bit of the gray. That's good. That means that we still have, a good amount of time to level up, but it isn't going to take too long to where it's like insane. It's just going to take a little bit longer than it usually would. Okay. Usually you're going to want to have 25 per level to 30 per level. If you can swing it, get 30. Usually if you're just doing a melee build, you can definitely have 30, because you're not going to have to worry about these 2, because you're not going to need this to do spells, and you're not going to need this to, absorb your own spells. Which is one thing I forgot to mention. You can absorb your own AoE damage with this without taking any damage. So that's why we put this on. Not because we're going to absorb spells from enemies, because we're going to be absorbing our own spells. Alright, so, but we're just doing a fucking jack of all trades. It doesn't matter. The only stat here that we really need to worry about right now is personality, because I think there are probably going to be some quests that we can't even fucking do because of this. But the good thing is that when you level up, you can get this up. You can get this higher than it currently is. Alright, so what are we gonna... this, you can choose whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna choose a very loose little selection of skills here, but you can choose whatever you fucking want here. I usually just put whatever, but you have just it's gonna help you for what you're trying to play. Running is really good, but we're not going to put it in this because, well, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? I'm trying to find dodging. Here it is. So we're going to have that. Destruction spells are going to be amazing for us. So we're going to put that there. Oops, wrong thing. I meant to put long blade and then short blade. Let me find that. And then, of course, restoration is good, but it's not insane or anything. So we're going to put medical because that allows us to not have to rest as long to heal. And we are going to put... I'm going to put all of the skills. So, like, let's say you wanted to play a melee instead, you would just put, like, melee stuff, but I'm doing whatever right now. Mysticism. And, of course, we need Thaumaturgy. Okay, so now Thaumaturgy affects your ability to essentially do spells like levitation, which is something that I honestly feel like are really fucking awesome. But obviously, if you're making a melee build, you might not care about levitation. Now, against popular belief that I've seen online, levitation, the speed of how fast you can levitate, does actually change with your speed stat. Just not when you're flying up or flying down. But when you're moving in general, in any general direction that isn't up and down, it does move faster depending on your speed stat, which is something that a lot of people kind of misunderstand when they're, just looking up shit and playing the game. Alright, so what's next? What are we going to put next? We'll put restoration. It's just another... little thing. And then we'll put etiquette just to make up for the personality difference. And that's good. And I'm just going to call it Spell Sword because we're going to be using both melee and magic. Now, well, for this one, you're going to want to actually choose your background stuff instead of it just randomizing it for you. And that's because, you just choose a couple things and they give you some help. We're going to start with a curse and an ebony dagger. Oh, wait a second. Let me go back here. Oh, I gotta... Fuck me, goddammit. I forgot it does that shit. I gotta remake the class. Give me a second, I'm gonna pause. Okay. So, I made a couple changes to it a little bit. But... it's essentially the same. I was just making sure that I had short blade because you want to have at least 2 different weapon types that you're good at with your class, so that you're not an absolute fucking wasteman and you're just doing no damage and you're not hitting anything and whatever, But moving on. Do that one, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna name our character okay, so my recording cut out, but I was essentially just leading up to showing you. Let me see if my mic's working actually. I was essentially just leading up to showing you how OP this build is. So because we chose the dagger in the little questionnaire, we can attack enemies like the imp. Again, we just one-shot the fucker. Because why not? Let's heal actually. This is the only time where endurance and... I think it was endurance. Yeah, endurance, I think, and medical will come into play. So let's fight this fucking skeleton. Where is that fucker? Let's see how powerful our melee is with the strength and agility we got. Let's smack him off. Boom, fucking dead. But you saw we barely missed any hits. The blocks were him blocking it, so that don't count. Fuck him. And of course, when I get out of this dungeon, let me just check to see if it's fucking okay. Just making sure. Of course, when I get out of this dungeon, I'm gonna cut basically to the magic. So you can see that the melee is good. The melee is perfect. You know, we're fucking everything up. One shot, boom, done. Oh, let's fight this guy. 2 hits, dead. We did almost die there though, actually. What the fuck? Oh, okay. 1 hit. Oh my god. 1 hit, dead. Get the fuck out of here. Yeet. Get shit on. Get fucking shit on, cunt. Get your fucking penetrated. Get your asshole fucking penetrated. Pussy out, innit, bruv? What's that? What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyways, I'm fucking insane. I'm fucking retarded. There we go. Yeah, putting shit on, you know. We're gonna fucking heal real quick. So the reason we're not healing that fast because we didn't put that much into endurance. But who fucking cares? Who fucking what? Like that just goes by on its own. You don't need to like specifically put a point into that just to fucking like heal faster. That's dumb. You know. You can do that as you level. Now, one thing with this game is kill that, kill him, kill that. Boom! Just killed all 3 of these fucking enemies. I wouldn't even have been able to kill that if I didn't start with an ebony dagger. But because we instead of just letting it auto generate our background, we chose our background, and you get to choose the ebony dagger. All right, so moving on. We're fucking out of that bitch. Let me just check to see if it's still recording. Good. So we're going to go to a town and buy some fucking spells. We're going to buy some fucking spells. What? Let me see. Let's go to a fucking town, bro. Yeet. I need to shut the fuck up. My fucking cringy ass. All right, here we go. We're going to a town. We're gonna go straight to your boy. Oh shit! It fucking put us right in front of a guild. This might be the Mages Guild. Also, this game was so fucking. Yep, Mages Guild. Oh, you fucking bitch. All right, we got. All right, stop fucking recording again because I don't even know why it's fucking. Anyways, so we gave an example of the melee. We're going to give an example of how good spells are now. So. There we go. No, fuck you. We don't want magic items. So the reason we got the spell absorption is because the spell absorption allows you to absorb your own spells. Now you don't need that if you're doing it. Well, you literally don't need it if you're doing a melee only character. If you're doing a melee only character, then you literally don't need it. If you're doing a magic character, you still don't need it, but I would fucking highly recommend it because it's just that good. All right, so we have to find. I'm fucking paranoid. Okay, here we go. Usually the guys with this skin sell the spells. So all we need is the fucking fireball. That's it. Buy that. Now we got exactly what we need. I keep opening that up to check if it's still recording, because it keeps cutting out on me. So let me check again. All right, so we have a fireball now. Let's just cast it like right here. Now the reason I'm casting it right here, real quick, is so that I can just keep pulling it out like that. See? So I can just spam it like that. I can just press my use previous spell button and then spam it. Now as you can see, our mana doesn't go down past 20%. Now I'm just gonna kill these fuckers. Oh, goodbye. So let's just kill these enemies. Fuck you. We're just doing this to show you how overpowered this is. Look, sadly, these guys are actually really strong, so they're gonna take a couple fireballs to the penis before. Yeah, we go. We killed a couple. We killed 4. So as you can see, you are never going to run out of. You are never going to run out of magic. Oops. Fuck you. You're never going to just run out of. Oh, how you not? There we go. See? So we killed them. They're fucking dead. You're never going to run out of mana doing that. Now, what I will say is try not to spam it like this, because you might fuck up and then it'll use all of your mana and you won't have any mana left and you'll have to rest. So try not to do that. Just try to, go one at a time like that. Oh, see, that just like I did there, where it didn't give me my mana back because I wasn't hit by it. I would have to rest to get that back. There's no way I can get that back by just hitting myself with it. Oh wait, never mind. It did actually give it to me back. Whatever the fuck, whatever. You get my fucking point. If you want to use even more powerful spells that require more mana, then you're gonna need to do that. Oh, is it even recording? Yeah, it's still recording. Good. So, let's fucking try and kill this. Wait, oh, he's trying to hit me. Fuck you, bitch. Oh, see right there. It used it, but we can probably get it back. Let me see if we can get it back. Let me see if we can. Oh, see, if I fucking used it and then it was absorbed. Or he's gonna let him kill us. Just fucking kill me. Hurry the fuck up. There we go. What? Oh, it didn't kill me. Man, bitch, I'm fucking guilty. I don't give a fuck. Alright, anyways. So, I just showed you an example, I guess, of like a good build. I just killed like fucking 5 guards. But you get the point. I essentially just gave you a tutorial on how to make a good build right from the start. So just look through the video, just like, look through the video, take into account everything I have to say. Be like, oh, okay, if I want to make a melee, I don't have to fuck with intelligence. If I want to make a melee build, I don't have to put 3 times increased spell points per intelligence point. You don't have to fucking do all that. If you want to make magic, then you're going to need that. You're going to need spell absorption. Well, you don't need spell absorption unless you want to just have infinite mana, and you never want to have to worry about resting to get your mana back. It's just different shit like that. Critical Strike is a really good skill as well. I forgot to mention that. Critical Strike is really good. It happened a couple times in the video before it cut out, but after it cut out, so that footage is fucking gone. But this is just an easy little thing that you can just follow, where you're like, okay, I fucks with it. I like what I'm seeing here. When you're playing it, essentially, you're like, okay, I'm not shit. My build isn't fucking garbage now. I can actually kill things. I can actually progress the story. Now I'll probably do another. Video on like quest, giving you little guides on how to do different quests that are like harder than other quests. But for now, that's gonna be it. Damn, this game's beautiful on fucking Unity. But for now, it's gonna be it. Subscribe if you want to see more DaggerFall shit. I'm gonna definitely do I might even do like a main story quest line style guide. The only reason I made this is because a lot of people on fucking Reddit, fucking YouTube, they make videos and they're really small creators and their builds are just shit. So if you have a friend that wants to get into the game, show them this. Be like, hey, this will probably help you out a little bit. Alright, thanks for watching. Fuck off.